And welcome back, everybody, to more Call of Juarez Gunslinger here on the 420 stream. With me, Vic from the Savage Oblivion. We just finished off the Daltons. See where we gotta go next. And boy, that Gatling gun sequence, oh my god. That was too much fun.
My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told. It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
And there we have it. Taking on the Wild Bunch. Damn.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
What? How? What? Okay, apparently I tripped on a rock and broke my neck. Don't sprint downhill, kids.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above, so I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Not good. Not good. Cheating bitch.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say? I can't hear a goddamn thing.
Well, I made my way off unscathed.
Well, you heard that.
I came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Jump onto the train. Here we go.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
There wouldn't be if they were taking a huge shipment of gold. Gotcha.
Get away with this! Those are my friends you killed!
Join them. At the same spot your buddy was just in. Those tactics. Let's see what we got here. Stack them high, extra combo damage, dynamite looting. Yeah, I want to build towards that execution.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Ooh, come on. I don't want the shotgun. I don't think the horses were that close to the explosion, but you would think that they would spook, at least.
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Well, that happened. And it was definitely one way to take care of the situation. George Flatnose Curry. George Sutherland Curry, better known as Flatnose Curry, was a mentor for another famous outlaw, Harvey Logan. Logan, who adopted the last name of his more experienced friend, came to be known as Kid Curry, the wildest of the Wild Bunch. Both men robbed banks together and later joined the famous Wild Bunch led by Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Flatnose participated in the famous Union Pacific Overland Flyer train robbery near Wilcox, Wyoming in 1899. Flatnose and Kid Curry delayed the posse formed in the wake of the robbery and killed the marshal in charge. Not a year later, Flatnose was in the business of cattle theft in Utah when his luck ran out. Bullets found him when Sheriff Jesse Tyler tracked him down. Upon hearing the news, Kid Curry decided to avenge his brother from a different mother. He made his way to Utah and killed Sheriff Taylor and his deputy in a bloody shootout. Yes, you must have seen how I dealt with this train car. The kaboom was real. And yes, we are getting Executioner, which gives us the golden rifle. Oh, baby. And it holds 12 rounds. Vic is happy. Vic is stuck. Oh, no, no, no. Can I shoot it? Can't shoot it. Is there a ladder? There's no ladder. There was a thing. Oh, there's the ladder.
I
I
kept
am
hoping the
blind.
law would show up and give me a
You
hand.
mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Doubt it. Or maybe they did. Who knew?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Figures.
Who the hell is that? He's out Just shoot him, for Christ's sake!
Take cover! Retreat! Retreat!
Secrets? No secrets.
He's killing everybody! Ready to meet your maker. He'll kill us all! Damn!
Oh god, I dodged the wrong way.
You calm down the thunder. What?
Yes, this thing one-shots those shotgunners. Yeah, that's happy. It's the only word that can describe it. Nope. No. Definitely not. Hole in the Wall was the name of a secluded hideout in the Bighorn Mountains in northern Wyoming. It was used towards the end of the 19th century by various outlaw gangs looking to disappear. The location was ideal. It was a perfectly defensible place, nearly impossible to take by force and equally difficult to sneak up on without alerting its inhabitants. The hideout was also well equipped and provisioned. Permanent huts provided shelter during harsh winters. During the Hole's golden years, there were even stables, a corral with animals, and a storehouse full of food, which everyone did their best to replenish. The best known inhabitants of the Hole in the Wall were without a doubt members of the appropriately named Hole in the Wall gang. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were also known as the Wild Bunch, but all sorts of criminal gangs and outlaws on the lam called the Hole in the Wall home.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they?
Probably not.
Only a few stragglers were left, and I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
There we go. Why do you still live? Oh, damn. Let myself get distracted by some of them too much. I wonder. Nope, doesn't look like it works with the Gatling. That's a shame. I was trying to use that execution move. Let's try it with the rifle. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. I see how that works now. Oh, this is how you clear a group.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry. And maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
I'm gonna lose this one. I can feel it. I'm drifting too much. Holy shit, that dude's fast. Well then. I may have to go dishonorable on this guy. No, I won't do that. Damn! Wow. Reaction time was .366 and it's still too slow. Yes!
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch
Damn.
behind and decamped for South America.
That was...
They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
That was rather fittingly definitely one of the hardest freaking duels so far. Cut the video here, and we'll be back with the next mission.